And pro-Palestinian protests are also taking place across the country this weekend in the run-up to the Democratic National Convention tomorrow. Organizers from the uncommitted movement are calling for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, as well as an end to the U.S. supply of weapons to Israel. The movement stems from the Listen to Michigan campaign. During the state's Democratic primary in February, more than 100,000 voters cast uncommitted ballots. Other states then followed suit, like Minnesota, Hawaii, and Washington. The uncommitted movement will also have delegates at the DNC. Abess Alaouia, co-founder of the Uncommitted National Movement and a DNC delegate from Michigan, joins me now with more on that. Thanks so much for coming on. You know, some Democratic leaders say that they're concerned the uncommitted delegates could interrupt the convention's official proceedings and highlight divisions within the party on U.S. support for Israel. What's your response to that?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm proud to be one of 30 uncommitted delegates who are attending the convention this week, representing over 740,000 uncommitted pro-peace, anti-war, pro-Palestinian votes from around the country. And we as uncommitted delegates have a sacred responsibility. I have a sacred responsibility as a Michigan uncommitted delegate to represent some of the over 101,000 votes that were cast in the Democratic primary by Democratic voters, representing an overwhelmingly popular position among Democratic voters that we need a ceasefire and we need to stop the unconditional flow of weapons to Netanyahu's war. Right now, our focus this week is to lift up those votes and engage with Democratic Party leaders so that they hear those voices of the majority of our Democratic voters. Our intention is to engage, and that's what we're here to do.
So, Abess, as a delegate to the DNC, what do you hope to achieve at this convention?
Yeah, I mean, my focus is clear. We need Vice President Harris to help us do two key things. One, stop the mass killing of civilians that's happening in Gaza using U.S. weapons. We need to hear her turn her we need to hear her turn the page on Gaza policy so that we can move in a more humane direction. That starts with hearing what she has planned for how we can stop U.S. weapons from being used to kill civilians, because that's against U.S. law, that's against international law. And so I'm hoping that the vice president hears the voices of uncommitted voters who voted in the Democratic primary. Again, these are Democratic voters. And I'm hoping that she hears that most of Democratic voters want an end to the killing that starts with stopping the unconditional flow of weapons. And so I'm hoping she takes this opportunity to unite the party around a key issue that is critical for us to address ahead of November, precisely because a lot of Democratic voters care about it. So if we want to save lives and we want to help beat Donald Trump, we need Vice President Harris to unite the party around a more humane approach than the one that we've seen in the last 10 months.
All right. Abess Alaouia, thank you.